Unless you are told to fight a particular battle, you should check again whether you have the capacity to fight it. And if that battle leads to a war, whether you have the requisite tools and equipment and resources to holding on, not to be submerged in that war. And that's the story of INEC. Consequently, INEC, APC, Tinubu, and Shetima, they have seen it all. You have 3 days to defend your case. Of course, after the petitioner have diligently put down their case. You have 3 witnesses, so to speak, but you have hurriedly closed your defense. Oh, yeah, oh, I never see anything. Hurriedly, after you brought up a witness that has shot himself on the foot. You had a friendly conversation with your lawyer, and then you agreed that there was a glitch on 25th of February, especially for the presidential election. When the lions and the tiger of the courtroom came with their question, you did not remember when you accepted that you have had the particular system and server tested and trusted before the election, and there was no problem at all. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That is enough. In fact, at this point, we can say, let us just close the matter. It's obvious. It's obvious. INEC wasn't prepared for this battle. They thought it was business as usual. They thought it was normal. They have a way of rigging elections. After all, elections were rigged in 2007. Elections were rigged in 2019. Elections have been rigged before. What is the big deal about rigging election? But this one, they rigged the wrong election. INEC and APC rigged the wrong election. Listen to this man.
Well, we are very happy that today the final report of an international observer group accredited duly by INEC, that is the European Union Observation Mission, their final report was today tendered and admitted in evidence by the court. And you see that the witness who came from INEC, a director from INEC, read out the findings in that report, which clearly stated that that election fell before expectation, fell below expectation, and that only 31% of what was reported was mathematically accurate. So we think that this is a very good one.
How significant is the tendering of this report, considering the fact that the witness was not the maker?
No. The important thing is it's a certified document. So that is what is very material. It doesn't matter whether it's tendered through the witness or not. The important thing is the document itself. And in law, we say the document speaks for itself. So we're very happy.
In the light of that conversation, of course, the EU report has now been admitted in court as part of evidence to be used to proving the case whether or not the 2023 general election was it the worst election ever in the history of this world. I'm not talking about elections in Nigeria. We have left the issues about Nigeria and Africa. We are discussing if this wasn't the worst election ever. And of course, as we admitted, that's the fact. That's the problem. The Dr. Lawrence Bayode, who is the deputy director of ICT in INEC, who is supposed to be in jail, actually, supposed to be in jail in normal setting. A couple of us have traveled. When you are head or you are responsible for a particular department or arm or sector in an organization like INEC, and then your department fails woefully, and with that kind of report, you either tender resignation or the system will be prosecuting you for failure. You are being paid with taxpayers' money to effectively manage and efficiently handle a particular system, and it failed. The senior pastor of ROCCG, again, evil genius. Due respect to Christians and due respect to members of the Redeemed Church. Obviously, now we are getting to see the problem of this country. Part of it is the fact that the Redeemed Christian Church of God has continually begun to produce people who get to public spaces and they fail this country. Of course, it should be noted that man refused to swear in with the Bible. He refused to swear with the Bible. Of course, he was told to come and lie. Not that it didn't mean anything, because of course, if as a Christian, the tenet, values, and principles of the faith, you defile it, you join bad people to rig an election, you are not even a Christian in the first place. Heaven far, my people, heaven far. Heaven far. So Bayode thought it was business as usual. As I told you, the two other witnesses are vamoose. Of course, you heard yesterday that INEC said their star witness that was coming couldn't make it. You can never make it. You will never make it. Oh yeah, rubbish. Of course, you know by now that Mr. Keyamo now has a new name. Used to be senior advocate of nuisance or nonsense. There's now a new one that the EU has added. He's now senior advocate of fake news. Senior advocate of fake news. The EU report that has now been officially lodged into the Tribunal, Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, as one of the evidences, has it very detailed that Mr. Festus Keyamo and Femi Fani-Kayode were major peddlers of fake news prior to the election. Peddlers of fake news. And that's a lawyer that is supposed to have international reputation. That's what APC will do. I said it in my last video. APC will drain you of every fiber, every atom of integrity, every atom of common sense, every atom of respect and honor. Look at Keyamo, Eho Keyamo. He's not a fake news peddler. EU report. You know, they say we should shut up. We are Nigerians, we are obedient. Oh, we don't know. EU now is also obedient. That they said only 31% of whatever it's being said is actually correct. That the election was grossly, as in unceremoniously, failed the test. It failed woefully. Failed. That is, the SUG election of University of Benin would even have passed as better election than what the federal government, and over 300 billion naira. And I've said it to several persons, my friends and people that listen to me in all fora. Even if you are not obedient, for the fact that Nigeria spent over 300 billion naira in this election, over 300, nearly 400 billion, taxpayers' money in a crisis economy that is fluctuating and depleting, we should be worried that INEC did not give us up to 40% mark. That is worrisome. As a Nigerian, should be worried about that. But of course, you think that we are the ones that are subjective because we have a particular candidate, and so it must be our. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. This is it. So Mr. Keyamo is now known as Mr. Keyamo, Mr. Festus Keyamo, Senior Advocate of Fake News, SAFN. At least SD, ADN. That's plus and minus, not forgetting that the SAN or Senior Advocate of Nuisance, Senior Advocate, so is growing, and by God's grace, very soon we will see more and more of this professional titles. Of course, that's not a human being. That one is a leaky man. That one is not supposed to be. Anytime I call FFK's name, I cringe because he doesn't deserve it. Just like he doesn't deserve it. So of course, obviously, as I talk to you now, INEC has abruptly closed up their case, whereas they had about 72 hours and they said we were going to call 3 witnesses. Only 1 witness come. Fired. See, what those lawyers, those Peter B's and Labour Party lawyers are doing in court, they deserve national award. When we are done with this era, we will give them GCFR. Only them. Peter B doesn't need it. We'll just grant all of them those GCFR, and they deserve, and not be all those idiots where they pack and they give for this. GCFR, all of them, they just carry and they go. Of course, it will be Tinubu and Shetima's turn starting from tomorrow to what did they want to talk about? We are waiting. Of course, they will still go back to Redeem to go and bring in star witnesses and come with all this. It's painful. Share this video. Of course, as I talk to you now, this is pretty one of my few first time doing a tribunal report or tribunal detail. As I talk to you now, with what happened in court today, the petitioners are still leading. And by the grace of God, we hope that the justice will be served, true justice will be served. And this election is won already. This tribunal process is already won. It will take the grace of God for Tinubu to survive not being disqualified. As I talk to you, it's clear that this election has been cancelled. Obviously, this election was, and of course, the tribunal judges just have little or no work to do. The evidence are there. Cancel it, of course. They should now be seeing whether Bola Ahmed Tinubu deserves to join in the race for a rerun. Congratulations to Nigeria. Again. again. This is good.